Primary Essence is really useful for keeping everything in one place. It's really useful for being accessible at home, on your telephone, in your office. It allows us to look at all children and see specifically where they're progressing, what their attainment is, where there are gaps. It allows us to analyse by group, and it gives us a whole school picture.
We started with iPods, but then we have moved to iPads for video and for taking photographs. They're invaluable, really.
It's a case of taking that picture, writing the observation and then uploading it, and so it's all done there and then. And on Early Essence there's a way for us to track as well who's got observations, where there's gaps, so that's helping our practice a lot as well.
With Early Essence, what we're able to do is go much deeper. We can actually go into each specific bullet point, so we can attribute aspects and areas of learning to observations, and it's just much more of a rich record of learning.
Primary Essence links clearly to the school management system, and that is absolutely essential as far as any assessment system is concerned, because all the data that is held in SIMS that's pulled across means that flags and tags against children for nurture provision or SEND, this makes our life much easier.
There's a tool on it that tracks whether your children have got early learning goal observations. So for those children that we expect will be at early learning goal in certain areas at the end of the year, we can check using the tool that we've got observations in place, so that when we're moderated, we can say we've got this evidence. So that's really useful for us.
I think the software itself allows everything to be much more visual, so once all those aspects have been tagged onto an observation, we can then pull it through into whole class and cohorts, and we can see the spread of where children are and groups of children and areas of need where we need to focus on our teaching, but also whether we've got some common areas of need.
Before, it was usually our early years lead who would have all the access to the data and where children were at, and then she would have to filter it to us. Now it's all there for us to look at all the time, so we can use that data to see where gaps are and plan how we can support the children in the provision with the areas that they need help with.
I also really love the grid that shows you typical progress. It allows you to see whether children are having slowed or accelerating, or children that you might have missed, because a lot of our tracking system was paper copy, so you couldn't see that, you couldn't see the patterns or the anomalies.
We are trying really hard to use the Primary Essence information as a cluster of schools to moderate our judgments so that we can have a shared understanding. And there is a number of schools in our cluster that do use both Primary and Early Essence, which allows us then to share our information. As the local authorities diminish, this is really important that we have this network and we're talking about the same thing.
Parents have been uploading things regularly that they've been doing at home with the children, and it's been really good to then be able to add that home learning journey to our evidence, so we're building up a broader picture, and it's just engaging the parents a little bit more about what we do in class.
The support has been invaluable, really. If we've ever had any questions, they're at the end of a phone or an email. So yeah, we found the support and technical advice really useful.
It's a very intuitive system, and having used Primary Essence before Life Without Levels, it was a fairly smooth transition across. Primary Essence was much more succinct, and I think any assessment system has got to be manageable, and that's key.